screen. So today we are going to start Selenium. Okay. So what is Selenium? So Selenium, it's a tool used for automation. Okay. So when it comes to automation, what exactly we automate? Okay. So we have our test cases. Okay. So basically we automate the test cases. Okay. So Selenium is used to automate the test cases. So the objective, or you can say the goal of using the Selenium is to automate the test cases. So before we directly jump onto the automation, first thing first, we have to understand what is the test case exactly. So in order to understand, let's go to one web page which we are going to automate for this session. Okay, so this is a website, sourcedemo.com. Okay, so you are given this web application to test it. So developer created this website and you are the tester in that team and your job is to test. So first thing first, whenever you hit this URL, www.sourcedemo.com, this login page will appear. Now the first job will be to test whether this login page is working fine or not. So in order to do so, what you do, you came up with the set of test cases. Okay. So I see these login pages. So what are the test cases I came up with? First one is login with valid username and valid password. And second will be login with valid username but invalid password. Valid username and invalid password. Similarly, test case will be like login with invalid username and valid password. And fourth one is login with invalid username and invalid password. Okay. So these are the set of test cases I came up with. Now it's my job to test the login functionality. Okay. So uh, what I normally do as a tester. So what we are going to do before doing the automation, let's say there is no Selenium tool, we have to perform manually. So what we are going to do is simply use this usernames and it is the password. And if I click on to login, it will allow me to enter it. So the first case I have checked manually and the status is pass. Okay, it's working fine. And so likewise we have to check for the rest of the test cases. So when I say valid username, invalid password means that, so here we have a valid username here. What it means by invalid password is, let's say the password does not contains the special character. So let's say password is 123. These are the special characters. So as per the requirement, let's assume that they are saying the password must not contain the special character. So this password becomes invalid. So if I use this password, this will not allow to enter. So see, similarly, I'm going to check for the third one, login with invalid username. So So this is working fine. So I'll say pass because it is working as per the requirement. Okay. And log in with invalid username. So let's say username will be user asterisk at the rate. Somebody has given this username and password is as per the requirement. So let's say password will be like 1234 and this is the password. So if I use this username, it must not allow. Okay. Now last finally, we are going to check for the invalid username, invalid password. So simply I'll copy paste this one. So remember that whenever you create test cases, it is very important to came up with the test data also. These are nothing but the test data which you are giving in your test cases to check whether the login page is working fine or not as per the requirement. So now I have successfully tested the login page with the set of the test cases which I have prepared. Okay. But here what I have done, I have tested manually. I have tested all the test cases manually. Now I don't want to do this. Let's say today your manager says to test it. Day one. Okay, you tested it's fine. It's now after 2 days your manager says that you have to test the same set of test cases. Again you have to perform manually because you have no automation okay in your test project. Okay, you perform manually. Again after 2 days, let's say day 7, your manager says that you have to perform same set of test cases. So here again you perform the testing manually. So here the problem is you are again testing the same set of test cases again and again manually. So what if there is a test infrastructure where you have automation? You can easily just execute those test cases. What if this set of test cases were automated? You don't have to check it manually, all those set of test cases. Okay. So why automation is required? Because to uh, just to make your just to save your time basically. You are doing the same task again and again. Why to do so? Okay. So here I have taken only 4 test cases, but what if there are, let's say, 100 test cases or 40 test cases? Okay. Let's assume we have 50 test cases in our test suite. So are you going to test all these test cases, 50 test cases manually? No. And for example, in order to test these 50 test cases, it will take around 2 hours. So first day is fine because it is new, you can able to do that. But if your manager is have to say that you have to test every alternate or every 2 days, you are spending manually 2 hours, which is a huge time in your working hours. So here Selenium comes into the picture. So with the help of Selenium, if you have automated your test cases, you don't have to spend 2 hours. Okay, whenever you can, you simply execute your test automation project, and you just work on another task. And by the time the execution finishes, you can see the reports. Okay, so with the help of automation, it might reduce the execution time to 1 hour. Automation. So let's say you have automated all those 40 test cases, it reduced the time significantly. So here it will take only 1 hour to finish all 50 test cases. So that is the advantage of automation. Okay. This is the difference between manually and automation and why we need automation. Now there are different automation tools available in the market, but it's up to us which automation tool we picked up. So why Selenium we are using? That is the question actually. Selenium is free. Okay, it's free and open source. You don't have to buy any license. Okay, So it is easily available on the internet. We just have to download the library and use in our project. That is the reason we are using the Selenium. Okay, other free tools are there, but Selenium is the one which is popular and widely used across every team. Okay, and it's very easy to use it. Okay, and one more thing is it's compatible with different languages. Okay, so if you are a Python developer, you can easily use the Selenium because the Selenium developer has developed the Selenium in Python also. So Python also you can use. Okay, and if you know the Java, you can use the Java Selenium. So that is the reason we are going ahead with Selenium. So it's user friendly. Okay, so now we have understood the difference between manual and automation, what is the need of automation, and what is Selenium and why we are using Selenium.